What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sacramento Acoustic Podcast. I'm Jasen Koster, and today we got a special guest in the Sacramento music scene today, Mr. Shawn Peters of A Single Second. How you doing, John?
Nice to meet you, Jason.
You too, buddy. So, let's talk about what's been going on in your life lately.
Oh, well, everything and nothing all at the same time. You know, work, band, music, life. Everyone's been super busy. We just got done playing a bunch of shows. We just finished mixing our new record. It'll be out next month. And we're just in the studio right now writing our next record and just rehearsing and just kind of getting our batteries recharged so we have some energy to play next month for our CD release show on the 13th of July.
Nice. That's really cool. So tell us a little bit about that new record. So it's a full length, right?
It's a full length. It's kind of new for us. It's really old because we've been working on it for 4 years. We've been playing those songs for quite some time. There are some tracks on the record we'll be playing out that no one's heard yet, so those will be fun and new and refreshing for us because we'll have some new material to play. And then we're excited about it, but also at the same time kind of tired. So yeah, it took a long time to get this thing done.
It's been 4 years on the same songs. Can be very tiring. I can totally understand that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, hey, that's you guys are about to put that out there, and it's everyone's gonna love it because there's a lot of people who haven't heard it and they've been waiting for it all this time. So that's gonna be real exciting.
Yeah, I hope the excitement from the audience will kind of invigorate our love for the material. It's not we don't like the songs, just it's the same. It becomes old hat once in a while.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You guys were just recently on Submerge magazine. What was that, last year?
Yeah, that was last summer, because originally the CD release was supposed to come out. The CD was supposed to come out last summer, and we just ran behind schedule. We ended up having some more computer difficulties, and we did a rush mix. And we did a local release last summer in August, and with the pretense of having it properly remixed. So we just kind of released it for local fans, but this is the actual official release for everything, like iTunes and all that stuff. That's what we're planning on releasing medium on.
Sounds really good. A lot of fun. So, you came here and you prepared a few songs for us. What are you going to play first?
I'll play something off the new record. This is something we've been playing live for quite some time now. The song's called The Guide. It's going to be a little bit different, of course, because it's just myself and acoustic guitar.
Oh, yeah.
So let's give it a whirl here.
All right.
On the go. Oh, we have everything right here at home. Well, I know I wanna see a little more humanity. So break it down to the ground. Let the earth become our run. We all are one. And give me skies and mountain highs, vast deserts that inspire. Time again, I constantly give it from my heart to those who should have everything and the ones falling apart. And in my constant amazement, within our hearts it goes to those who should have everything, living in the cold. Well, I know I wanna see a little more humanity. Break it down to the ground. Let the earth become our run. We all are one. And give me skies, mountain highs, vast
So, you guys are playing a concert in the park. What's the date of that?
That is Friday, July 13th, lucky Friday the 13th, and we're playing with our good friends. Actually, all the bands are our good friends. The Left Hand, great punk band. Think of like, I would have to say like Groovy Ghoulies meets Danzig. So it's kind of like where they're singing about ghosts and goblins and all that kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they got that kind of cool like Danzig, that kind of like vibe.
Yeah, Vic, he's got that voice for sure.
Yeah, Vic's amazing guy. All the guys in the band are great. Of course, with The Walking Dead, love those guys. Very eclectic individuals. And then, you know, we have the suburban punk rock greats, and that's ADD, otherwise known as Another Damn Disappointment.
Nice, nice. So everybody, check that out. You get a chance, concert in the park. It's going to be amazing.
And then I think we also got DJ Blackheart, because this year is something new they're doing with that. When DJs start when the park opens at 5, and they spin in between the bands. So
Not a bad idea.
yeah,
Keep everybody going.
and open beer garden. That's something they're doing new this year.
Oh, wow.
There's no separation like they used to. So all you punk rock mom and dads who've got little guys, don't feel bad not coming down because you feel like you can be separated. It doesn't happen this year. So you can have your beer and have your little dude or dudette with you. So,
Absolutely. Beer everywhere.
beer everywhere.
It's going to be all over the place. So you guys won a Sammy last year as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
How was that? How did that feel?
Shock. I think that was the third time we got nominated, but the first time we won. I think we won for Best Hard Rock Band for 2011. I think they finally get the nomination right because we're not really a punk band, we're not a rock band, we're not a metal band. We're like somewhere in between.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think the first year we got stuck in like hardcore punk, and we're not a punk band. And then last year we got stuck in the alternative category, and I think it was almost a tie vote between us and Trackfire, but I think Trackfire ended up winning it. And of course, none of us were here when they actually had the Sammy party because it was like one of our weekends where we had off because a couple of guys, you know, we all had families and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
we're not as young as we used to be. So you know, we have responsibilities. I think Aaron was the only one of the band that was actually at the ceremony. Went to go get a bite to eat, and they announced our category, and then he wasn't even there to accept the award. Some homeless guy walks up, they grab the award, and then fortunately our friends were in the audience like, hey, he's not in the band. And I was out of town doing family stuff, and so it was actually really exciting. I was like, wow, we won a Sammy, but at the same time I was like, wow, we won a Sammy. And I was excited, but I was kind of like weirded out.
I was there to witness it actually, and I was like, yeah, I know those guys. They're really good.
Cool, but it was actually it was nice to have some really good notoriety last year. So we ended the year off on a high note last year. So
Absolutely, yeah. That must have been great. You know, amazing feeling, I'm sure. So I want to know, how long have you been in the music scene? Like, how long have you been playing music?
I've been playing music I've been on stage since I was a little guy, so I've been performing for like 30 years.
Oh, wow.
And I started doing like acting in like musicals when I was like 5 or 6. And started playing instruments, like doing percussion stuff when I was like 10. And finally, I got a guitar from my late grandfather because my grandma gave it to him. So I started teaching myself how to play guitar when I was about 11 or 12.
Yeah.
And then junior high, all through high school, I was in the orchestra. I played in the band and the orchestra. I did percussion work, mostly brass musician. I played trumpet and baritone in the orchestra as well as band and marching band. And of course I played guitar and the little piano. I was kind of like, once I grabbed the instrument, like I tried to learn how to make it. Because you had, when you're in the band room, you have all the instruments in the world there. So like, my off time I would just start
Option
teaching.
to just play with anything you got.
Yeah, just basically as option to play as many different, and familiarize yourself with many different instruments. And I was really into like music theory, studying stuff like that, and actually I know how to score music.
Wow.
So I can actually sit down. I do know how to
That's-
score music. I know different instruments. I know what clefs they're in, and I know how to and that's what I've been doing the single second last probably. The trumpet thing in the band is something new. It's something I started about 6 years ago with the band. I've been in the band for 10. We've been actually in the band for 10 years.
Yeah.
And I started playing. I think it was after the second big lineup change. I think it was 04, 05. It was right when Aaron joined the band, our lead guitarist. And I was like, let's just take our sound and do something different. And the guys are kind of down with me playing horn, so I started doing that. So kind of do that.
Nice, yeah. I've seen you guys play the horn. It's very different. You don't see many people do it unless it's like ska music or something like that.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing. It's like we're not a ska band. So I was like, "Are you guys a ska band?" I'm like, "No, but you got a horn." I'm like, "Well, like we do we have Madarashi metal breakdowns." So that's kind of pretty much what it is. It's like we have like this rad like little metal riff, and then I'm playing like this melodic kind of Spanish or jazzy influence horn on top of it.
Like, do you remember the Lodistics?
Oh yeah, Mikey Albiano, the bass player, actually played bass on our previous EP.
Yeah, nice.
And I've known Jimmer and all those guys for a long time. Those guys are homies.
I loved what they put together. Their music was very amazing to me, with the trumpets and everything. I just absolutely loved what they did. I only got to see them for such a short time.
Yeah, they were an amazing group. The guys are still around. Just went on doing different things.
Yeah, it's just what happens sometimes. People draw out. So, you got a second song prepared for us.
Yeah, this song is an older song. This was probably like our first really, really big hit. ESPN actually picked this song up about 3 years ago, and it's on their online sports channel. So the song's called Moment. It's Moments. It's off the EP we released 4 years ago, and this is that.
Lost in a haunting dream, and I wake in a cold sweat. The seems so real to me. I tell you the whole event, but it's too much for me. We're running in circles, fascinated by miracles. Only in love with the moments that stop our hearts. And I hold my hands to stop the flow. Why did it have to be you? Together we were supposed to grow, and now I sit alone in a room. Your ghost spoke to me there while I was asleep. Your message was quite clear. You're still watching over me. We're
Have you ever been in any other bands? Have you played with anybody else?
Oh my God, I've been in bands for. I'm 35 now. You know, 35. I've been in bands probably for about 20 years.
Nice.
Garage bands all the way through high school. I used to book at the Guild Theater in Oak Park in the 90s, as well as the Cattle Club. I mean, I've honestly probably played 2,000 to 3,000 shows in the last like 20 years. I mean, a single second in the last 10 years has probably played about 1,000 shows. Like when we hit it hard, we were doing like 100 to 150 shows a year.
Yeah.
It was like our hardest years were probably between like 04 and like 08. The last couple of years we've been doing like maybe 50 to 75 shows a year.
Yeah.
And this year we've just kind of been like chilling a little bit. We haven't playing too hard, but we've been just mostly like we go out and we'll go out like on a road trip like 6 to 8 weeks, and we'll hit like go up to Seattle for like a week, or go down south, do a Southwestern tour for a week, and then come home and chill out for like 6 or 8 weeks. Play a big show locally, make some money for gas, and then go back out and hit it again.
Yeah, yeah. Any of these known bands?
Probably not.
Names people might recognize.
I think the most recognizable name would probably be the band I was in from like '97 to like 2000, and that would be like Tanya's Orange.
Yeah.
We were like a power trio, and the bass player, guitarist, we were just a power trio, and the bass player and I would actually trade off between playing bass and guitar, and then he actually was one of the founding members of A Single Second when we started in 2002.
Nice.
But we were like this rad, like supersonic, like post-punk band. Think of bands like Hum, like kind of like real dirty, like drop D, just super like gnarly, loud. I'm talking loud.
I remember those. I loved that.
Like where I was playing 2 half stacks, we had like 2 bass columns, like that kind of loud, and then Ira Skinner, who was our drummer at the time. So we've been mates since that time. But I'd say it's probably the most recognizable band prior to The Single Second. The band now is kind of like almost a super group. Our drummer is David Gerard, and he was like in Drowning Atom and Kleinfelter. And then our bass player, Jason Tilsley, used to be in Bipolar before A Single Second. And then Aaron Holt, our lead guitarist, who's been with the band since '05, used to be in Aesthetic and Uncle Harlem's Amazing Jump Band. Yeah. That was his band in high school. And of course, he also has some side, everyone, has other projects and stuff too, but his other side project is the Max. That's his, with the guys from Aesthetic, and it's kind of like they're like an '80s tribute band, but they're all original. They all like dress up they actually dress up in costume like a hair band.
Yeah, they just play the part.
Yeah, they play the part, and it's very entertaining. Like it's cheesy as heck. It's like, but it's fun, but rad at the same time. So if you're into that kind of whole like, just beers and girls and that kind of thing, that's they're the epitome of like an '80s hair rock band.
I know a few guys would probably love to see that. Actually,
they play like I think 2 shows a year. Yeah. And their drummer actually is the original drummer of Single Second. That's Clay Bowler. Clay left us right before that, up to when Dave joined about 4 years ago. He just didn't like the touring schedule.
Right. Sometimes it's
but he's filled in. Like Dave had a year ago, he bought a new house and had a kid coming along, and Clay stepped in and like filled in actually about 4 months.
Right.
So it was cool to play again.
That is cool. That's very cool. So what are some of your musical influences? Like, what are some of your favorite bands that really make you want to write something?
Gosh, too many to count. I think
there really is.
We all listen to a very wide range of music. Like Aaron's favorite band would be Metallica. You wouldn't think it. He's just kind of like this, quiet, mellow guy. But Aaron really loves like Metallica and that kind of '80s like East Bay like hardcore. Yeah. But, like Dave, Moody, and myself, like really hardcore punk, post-punk, and stuff like that. But I think as I personally like the records I'm listening to right now. I'm a huge Rise Against fan, huge Thrice fan. Against Me, but then I'm like really into like the '60s mod scene, all the Brit bands and stuff. I was like a huge Cure fan, Depeche Mode fan when I was in high school, and then the whole '80s new wave, that kind of stuff. I was into that. I love the hair rock scene. I love like all those bands, the really good bands like Motley Crue, Poison, Warrant. Exactly. Aside from their aesthetics, I thought they write some pretty fun music. you know, of course, you know, high school for me was like this, the Northwest, like the grunge scene, so I'm pretty influenced by that growing up and stuff too. And so is Dave. Dave and I are pretty close in age as well. So I think his favorite band in high school was like, you know, Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam, yeah, definitely.
So,
I love Pearl Jam.
My favorite band in high school wasn't Nirvana. Actually, I didn't appreciate them until I liked them, but I didn't really actually appreciate. I appreciate them now more than I did when they were actually a band.
Yeah.
My band in high school was probably like, other than The Cure, would probably be Smashing Pumpkins. I
absolutely loved Smashing Pumpkins as well. Yeah.
Like band, you know, Radiohead, Hum. I was a big Hum fan. I don't know. It's like if I hear, you know, AFI. I mean, that's where we got our name, is AFI. I mean,
Really?
They have a song called Single Second. That's where we got our band title. Huge AFI fan. Like I said, I can talk for hours about bands I like. I mean, if I like a record, I'm just going to play it out until my ears bleed.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I listened a lot to Smashing Pumpkins as well. You know, I like just about all of their albums. Like the Adore album, which was a very underrated album, I think. You know, a lot of people didn't like it because it was so slow and, you know, mellow. I love just playing that. I'd go to sleep to it. It just made me feel great.
See, I'm one of the ones that just
didn't care for it.
No, Smashing Pumpkins for me was honestly my favorite records were their first two. That would be Gish and Siamese Dream.
Yeah.
But then I also but it was Pisces of Scar, right? The B-sides like collection record, and then of course Melancholy is a great record. But
that was
my records for me were Smashing Pumpkins' first two. That'd be like Gish and Siamese Dream, just amazing records.
Yeah, yeah. Did you ever get into any Incubus?
Liked Incubus. Seen them a bunch of times when they were still on the club circuit.
Yeah.
Like playing Catalogue and those things in the '90s.
And their sound was way different back then.
Oh yeah, they were like, you know, they were kind of like the preppy, kind of like college frat band. But
yeah.
I actually met them a few times. Really nice guys. Very not pretentious at all.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
Not pretentious at all. Like really cool, mellow, chill guys. The crowd's way more pretentious than they are.
Yeah,
musicians, you know. So.
Well, it's good to hear about a band that I've always liked. You know, to know that they're not actually assholes, you know, behind the scenes or something.
No, not assholes. No, they were just like they were, like I said, they were still doing the club circuit, so you know they were probably like on a 30 to 40 day tour, playing bars and nightclubs and like coffee, you know, or you know, larger. That was the coffee shop scene for all ages, and it was amazing. I mean, coffee shops had like huge bands come through and play and stuff like that. So like, you know, they were just kind of tired. Everyone thinks bands they go on tour, they party all night long. And like, we go on the road. I think we party like maybe 2 nights out of like the 10 that we were for on the road. It's like come 2 o'clock in the morning, we're just like burnt, you know, because we've been driving all day and sitting around all day waiting to play, and then you get your 35 to 40 minutes, and then hopefully make gas money to the next town and sell some merch to hopefully.
That is how it goes. It's tough out there, you guys. It's not
easy.
We're not, buy merch. Please buy our merch and demos and CDs and shirts, because we need the money.
We're not cruising around on buses. We're not, you know, hooking up with groupies.
That's not what you think. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and play your third and final song for the night. What do you got for us?
I'll play this one. This song's called "Go." It's one of our faster ones off the new record.
Say goodbye when you leave. It's 3 in the smiling. You're the best thing. Up all night, again and again, waiting for that sun to set again. Just one more time, I'm feeling lucky. Must have at the end of the night, I am left with nothing. And straight out the door, and then we're on the go. Little white lies, devil in your eyes, always smiling. You're the best thing. And you're up all night, again and again, waiting for the sun to set.
Thank you.
All right, Shawn Peters, everybody, of A Single Second. Check him out at Concert in the Park. Tell him the date.
Friday, July 13th, 5:30 p.m. We go on, I think, around 6:15.
All right, pick up their new CD, self-titled, and everybody enjoy. And I hope to see you guys all soon. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, Thesuckerpunks.